Yes, that's right. We need to talk about wires. There are different types of wires. One is for power only. One is for data and power. But they both look the freaking same! That's the problem that I need to talk about. We need to talk about different types of wires for data and power, for crying out loud. Like, seriously, how are there so many people that don't know the difference between a wire that only does power and a wire that does both data and power? I mean, the confusing part as well, the bloody annoying confusing part as well, is that they have the exact same thickness, but one does data and one does power only. That is also flipping confusing. It is so goddamn confusing, it's unreal. Like, I cannot believe how flipping confusing it is. Like, seriously, this needs to be sorted out and fixed at some point. Like, like, I've tested so many goddamn flipping wires, and like, there are so many that I have that only do power. But then again, I used to have about 3 or 4 different ones, but now, as you all know, this is just a homemade one that's just really big. I mean, like, seriously, this is absolutely ridiculous for the people out there. Just clarify out there if the wire does data and power or power only. What is so difficult about that? I mean, seriously, I've had this wire for a very long flipping time, and you've probably seen it before, but look at all this, and it only does flipping power. Like, I'll show you. I will plug it in to my controller, and this bit here should light up, right? Nothing. Plugged in, nothing. Flipping nothing. It only vibrates. I'm looking at the wrong camera. It only vibrates, but there's nothing. Like, seriously, I will get this wire here, and this will light up. But I'll show you right now. Plug it in. As you can see, there's electrical tape, which means this is literally just homemade. Like, I put all these wires together myself. As you can see, it's freaking lighting up! And the reason why is because one has data and one okay, this one has data as well. One has data and one does power only. There are differences. This is a visual difference. Okay, and I just want to clarify to people that if you're buying a wire, there are that you need to make sure that it will do both data and power. And how do you look for one? At the minute you can't, and it's flipping ridiculous. I have to be honest, and my clothes look like an absolute bunch of crap, but why does this look like it's flipping Hawaii spiral shirt thing? I can't remember the name of what it's called, but seriously. For years and years, this has been flipping annoying me, and I'm sure that if you buy a wire, you don't know if it does both data and power. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because I have a lot of people that still don't know the difference between a wire like this. You can't bloody see it because it's too small. A wire like this, that, I mean, you're looking at this and you think, yeah, surely this would be able to do data. And what I mean by data is transferring, let's say, music, for instance, on an MP3 player. Let's say you want to put a new song on an MP3 player But the problem is, you only have a wire that does power. No, you've got a wire, but... No, no. You've got a wire, you've tried it, it only does power, and you're really annoyed. So you go out, try and buy a new wire that will hopefully do data and power. But the bloody problem is, you buy it and it still only does power. Like, seriously. How are you meant to know where to get... Like, let me try Amazon, for instance. USB wire with data transfer. It won't work. USB wire with data transfer. But I'm looking at all of these wires now, and it says that they're compatible with data transfer. But the problem is, how do you know that they actually are? That's the annoying problem. And what wire is this? Is it... Yeah, same exact bit as this. This isn't USB Type C, by the way. This is USB Type B. I remember, if I remember what it's called. But the problem is, what if you actually go out, like physically go out into a shop, and you see a wire that hopefully can do data transfer? That's the freaking problem. You don't know if it actually will or not. Online, okay, maybe. It says micro USB charging cable, wire cord, power data transfer. Power data transfer. So according to Amazon, this wire here can do data transfer. But the problem is, how do you know if it actually can or not? You basically can't, unless you buy it, try it, and then you're disappointed that it don't work. You know? But I have so many family members that don't know the difference. Like my mum, for instance. I've tried to tell her before, and she don't know. Using something like my controller here, for instance, is a good example. And look, I will take the batteries out. As you can see, the batteries are now out. But if I plug it into the homemade wire, you can see that, you know, it's still transferring data and stuff. But if I plug in... Crap, I keep grabbing the wrong wires. But if I plug in this wire here, that only does power. Get in! Again, like I said, the controller only vibrates, but if I try and press this button here, you see, it's flashing, which means that there's no data wires inside of this wire right here. And it's like so confusing because they all look the same, but you don't know if it actually can do data transferring or not. And look, as you can see, there's no batteries or anything, and this isn't connected to my Xbox, by the way, but by the looks of this, I'm assuming that it's trying to connect to the Xbox now, because there's, you know, nothing else for it to connect to other than the Xbox, unless I press this button here and then press the same button on the Xbox. But like I said, this only does power. This only does power, this wire here. But if I chuck it behind me, plug my homemade wire in, it immediately lights up. So you don't have to press the button, you know, touch the button, press the button, whatever you want to call it, to know that this is a data wire, which means this has data, you know, compatibility. So I can use my controller on this. I could use an MP3 player on this, you know, if it has the right ports. What does this say here then? WAM 2725 VW-1 60 degrees Celsius? What? 30 volt tri-computer. That don't make any flipping sense! What does this say here? Oh, it says the exact same thing again. Do these two have the same thickness? No, they don't. But I've still got it to work, as you can see. What I'm trying to say is there are two types of wires out there. One that does data and one that only delivers power. But again, like I said, they all look the same. How do you know which is which? The thing is, with maybe some certain shops, maybe there are some wires out there that do say that if they do data, if they are data compatible or not. But I'm guaranteeing that if you go into, like, I don't know, Poundland or something like that, and you see a wire, but you don't know if it's data compatibility or not. Like, what I'm trying to say is, just let people know that it is data compatible, because there are loads of people out there that I'm sure have they have brought wires, and for them to find out that it only delivers power instead of both data and power. And no, I'm not saying, oh, you should make a homemade wire, that will work. No, it won't. Even if you do that, it you know, might only stick. If you do it with the same wire, it will still only deliver power. It won't, you know, magically do both data and power. What I'm just basically trying to say is, I just want the boxes that have the wire in it to clarify if it does data and power. Okay? I mean, obviously if there's no power, obviously it won't be able to do the data. Because, I mean, obviously if there's no power, you know, it won't work, obviously. So I just want boxes. I just want companies to clarify on their boxes that yes, this does data. This has data compatibility. But that's all I ask. Because I've got so many wires that only do power. And I've, you know, been in situations before where, oh, I've got a wire. And then to realise that it only does power. And it's like, oh, for God's sake, now I have to wait until I get home so that way I can find a wire that has data compatibility. Like this one, for instance, here, which is always plugged in to my external I can't remember what you call it. External external plug socket thing, and you know, I'm still holding it. It's still long enough, but it's just plugged in now. This does data and obviously power as well. So I'm just trying to say, clarify on your flipping boxes if your wires do data and power compatibility. Like, 'cause it's so annoying that, you know, you find a wire and you don't know if it does data and power. Like, you know, that's all I ask. And yeah, that's it really. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed this weird live stream about wires, and yeah, as I've shown, I visually have shown it. Like, one does power, one does data, this one does data, because like, if you have a laptop or a computer that has bad Bluetooth... Oh, I forgot that I turned the extension thing off on my microphone, so... Like the, I don't know what you call it. There we go, so now I should be able to shout and it shouldn't go past a certain limit. Yeah, there we go. So I've probably deafened you lot. But you know what? I'm trying to make a point and just clarify on boxes if the wire is capable of data compatibility. Like, that's basically it, really. I'm gonna go, and I will start another live stream, I guess, soon, or maybe I should... like dust or something at the corner of my computer, and that's really annoying to look at. That's really annoying, but anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye for now. Okay, just quickly looking back, and you couldn't even hear me say bye for now. Damn, that's annoying. Bye for now. Oh, now you can. Never mind. I'm actually gonna go again this time, and hopefully you'll be able to see it this time.